One. Hey guys, welcome to the Mad and Dad Show.
Welcome.
With this whole virus going on, we're doing it over live, like screen wise instead of next to each other, but we still can do this.
Episode 3.
We're on 3 already. I mean, this is progressing.
Yeah, it's going quite nicely. We're trying to stay safe with everything crazy outside, so this is the way we are going to get it done. So let's hit them off with our first topic of discussion.
I also dyed my hair, so looks cool.
Oh yeah, she looks a lot different than last time. Before she was blonde,
yeah,
like
more like
blonde,
brown,
like kind of like
gray. I had gray brown hair.
Gray.
Yeah, basically. All right, so Harry Potter. Oh, yeah.
The hair.
Great hair. Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings.
Yes.
That's pretty hard. Like, I only read a little bit of Lord of the Rings and then stopped. But I know it's pretty good from what I read. Yeah, I've never seen the movies.
You saw the Lord of the Rings movies?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
I mean,
well, they're really good, like graphically and like tells a really good story.
I know more about Harry Potter, but I honestly think it would I would prefer Lord of the Rings over Harry Potter, even though I don't know much about it. I still think I'd prefer better, even though I don't know much about it.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. I thought you were a Harry Potter diehard through and through.
No, because I've only read a little bit of Lord of the Rings, so of course I know Harry Potter a lot more and I know more facts. But I still if I had actually hadn't stopped reading Lord of the Rings and went through it and watched the movies as well, I think I would have liked it better. But that's just an assumption. I can't just say full on yes, Lord of the Rings. It's just a in future guess.
I feel like Lord of the Rings has a lot more danger. Not that Harry Potter didn't, but I feel like Lord of the Rings is a little bit more dangerous. Like the entire fate of the universe or their little world is kind of resting on them being able to destroy that ring. So, spoiler
more
alert.
action packed. More action packed, I'd say.
Yeah. There's a little. I don't know. They're both really cool, and I think Gandalf and Dumbledore are the same person, interchangeable.
Is it just because of the beard?
Maybe a little bit, but they're both
the only thing
wizards.
Yeah, the only reason I know Gandalf is because of the giant meme, "You shall not pass."
Yes.
That's
that
really
is a classic line from the movie. They're both kind of in a teacher or in a teacher role, I guess. One is trying to teach the hobbits how to destroy the ring. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember how far I got, but I know I was only in the first book when it happened. I don't even think I was halfway. So I think.
But I would. Sorry, go ahead.
Because I'm reading Stargirl now. I think after that, because I haven't been reading that many books lately, I think after that I want to get into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, I definitely would side with you. Lord of the Rings, slightly better than Harry Potter, but not by much.
Alright. Second, book versus movie. Not a book and a movie, two completely different one, which is better. Harry Potter, book version of it, or a movie version of it, which is better.
Yeah.
This is hard, but not there's two things I'm singling out, and comparing those. It's in general, because books, they're a lot more detailed, and you know, you have that one visual of it, and you're yeah, that's definitely what it is. But then the movie is something different, but you might not. It isn't necessarily bad, because in the movie, it's you actually get to see what it was, and you're oh, this is what it looked like. Instead of having your imagination, you're actually get to see it there on the screen, and you're well, I'm glad I got to see that instead of letting my imagination go.
There's a lot of different movies that got made, or books that got turned into movies. So you can go back and look at a lot of different things, like other than just Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. Like that Stargirl movie we
Yeah.
watched was from a book. And one thing I think about too is I was telling you earlier, the Animorphs. It was like a really good book, and I loved it as a kid. But the show that they made that went on TV afterwards didn't really live up to what it was in my head. So like I had a picture of what it should have looked like or what it should have been, and it didn't really live up to that. So a lot of times I think the movie, because your own imagination can kind of build up the design of what it looks like in your head, and you can do that more than when you're just watching a movie. You're just watching what somebody else's vision of it is.
Yeah.
So would you say the majority of books that are made to movies, what would you rate? Books better or the movies better?
If we're speaking technically, like based on all these facts and all these things that we're saying, I'd have to say book, but I don't know why. There's just like something about them where it's just like, and I can't explain it. It's just there's something about like, oh, like it's like because sometimes like I love reading, but there are some things that it takes me forever to read, like Stargirl. Like I could fly through, but it doesn't mean I'd understand that. I feel like it takes me like, because like everyone like I'm like everyone thinks I'm a good reader, and it's like I'm really good at this. I mean, it does, but like it takes me a while to actually like understand, like because I can read it and then like look back at it and be like, and then write down the answers, but actually like understanding it in your head is a different thing. And the movie kind of like helps me like see that because it's more of like a visual because. Like I'm a lot of visual learners. Like it's easier for them to actually see it on picture,
Yeah.
So I feel like it just like kind of clears that image a little bit. But
I tend to agree with you. I think books more than movies because, at least for me, my imagination is usually better than what people's imagination are for directors and stuff. But we're pretty close. But like, I do like going to movies and watching what they like. I wouldn't not go to movies because of it. But
have there been any movies based on? I mean, books based off movies. I think so. Like, I think there's like been like maybe
yeah.
There's probably like a movie, and then they made like a continuation series of it on book or something. Just an example, something.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's switch it up to the next versus. Do we have another versus?
Mm-hmm. One more. PlayStation versus Xbox.
Ooh, the age-old question: which is better?
I actually we were gonna play PlayStation with my aunt right now, but I like Xbox better. It's just because like I'm more accustomed to it.
Okay. So I've got two different theories. Well, not theories, but ways of the way I look at it. Back when I was younger, which was before these new Xboxes and stuff, there was PlayStation and Xbox, and like Sega and Nintendo. Well, when PlayStation first came out, I really liked the PlayStation controller. It was just like the way that it was set up was just like perfect, like where your hands are, where the buttons are, and I loved the way it was set up. And then Xbox's controller was kind of weird. It was kind of big and bulky and had like these joysticks on it. It was kind of weird at first. But since that time, which that was like in the early 90s maybe, Xbox has really changed their controllers to be more like the PlayStation controllers, and actually like their controllers now better than PlayStation.
Well, also, when was the last time you played a PlayStation?
Oh, geez, it's
like a while ago. So you don't know.
to be like a new PlayStation. I don't think I've played a.
Yeah, you don't have
PlayStation,
similar.
like PlayStation 4 or anything.
Can you hand me a PlayStation?
The last PlayStation I played was probably PlayStation 2. What do you think? I think a lot of people make the games for both. So, are the games really a factor?
I think they should have like a happy medium, like PlayStation and Xbox, like come together, unite. Like, look, this
Playbox?
is. Like, look, this is a PlayStation controller. Triangle, circle, X, square, and just normal like that. And here's an Xbox controller. Two to compare it to. Y,
Hybrid could be
P,
X
A,
Station.
and X.
you could call it X Station.
X Station. That actually
Or
sounds
play
like really
cards.
cool, like really futuristic.
Yeah.
No, but the thing is, like we were playing the other day, because, like, I've been playing PlayStation a while with my family, and, you know, we've been playing Call of Duty a lot, and we were playing Minecraft the other day, and I was telling you, like, how to get into your inventory or something on Minecraft, and I'm like, press triangle, and you're like, you mean Y, right? I'm like, yeah, sorry, like, you know, like, I've been playing PlayStation,
Yeah,
but...
so you're just used to the PlayStation more.
But, like, we're actually having a lot of difficulties with PlayStation right now, trying to get, like, Aunt Ariel and Aunt Tanya over at their house, and me and Mom at our house to both play together. And we're having a lot of technical difficulties. So...
Well, I think one of the big selling points for PlayStation, which my friend CJ Pauly, shout out to him, he's an expert on video games and systems and stuff. And he liked PlayStation because they had their, like, whatever their version of Xbox Live is. I don't know what it is, like the PlayStation Store. I'm not sure what Sony.
PlayStation Plus.
Okay, well, whatever that is, they offered it. That was free, I think, for like, if you had a PlayStation, it just came with it. But Xbox Live was, you had to pay a monthly fee for it. I don't know if it's still like that. Good thing that they did, but I think it was hard for them to keep up with, like, managing the I forget what they're called, managing the connections with players, the multiplayer stuff. Like, it was harder for them because they were doing it without having the income that Xbox was with their subscriptions. I like Xbox better, just saying. And that's because I got an Xbox first.
Yeah.
So that's probably has something to do with it.
In conclusion...
And what do you prefer?
Yeah, like, I prefer...
But you said Xbox, right?
Yeah, although I feel like... Here's the thing, I feel like I'm very indecisive when it comes to anything. Like, people ask me, cats or dogs? I like both. PlayStation or Xbox? I like both. What's another one? Vanilla or chocolate? Well, chocolate.
Yeah, but just for this scenario, you have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, I know.
Which one's better? It's not, you don't like...
This is so... Yeah, if we're speaking...
You're not saying you don't like one.
If we're speaking that way, I like Xbox, but if we're speaking, like, technically, PlayStation's better, I guess.
Okay. Alright, cool.
Yeah. Alright, favorite band?
Ooh, that one's tricky. There's so many good bands.
Because I don't have, like, a favorite, you know, like, I've liked the Beatles for a while, but I don't always listen to them, you know, like, I feel like I have, like, a mood.
I know, well, it changes.
Yeah,
Your
but
favorite can change
right
over
now,
time.
right now,
who's your favorite?
probably, yeah, My Chemical Romance. So, well, you can talk while I look this up really quick.
Okay. I've been into so many different bands. I think I started off going through, like, a punk phase. I like System of a Down, Linkin Park.
Yeah, you were commenting Linkin Park, like, on one of Eric's posts. You were like, yeah, Linkin Park.
That's an album.
Band to listen to while
you
sitting
can
down.
listen to every single song on the album and not find a bad one.
Yeah, I've actually, I have Linkin Park on my phone, like, in music, but I don't think I listen to them that much.
I'm trying to think. I think if I still had to pick, I would still probably say I like System of a Down. I haven't listened to them a lot recently, but I think that they've already cemented themselves into my favorite tops. So,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite album by My Chemical Romance?
I like them, but honestly, I've only listened to 2. So, guess I can say Black Parade and whichever one Helena is, you know, with the 2 people next to each other looking up and, like, looking down with a bloody face. This is the closest...
I have no idea.
Whatever. This is the closest picture I could find. There's a glare.
Oh, wow. I see that, yeah.
Yeah, and, like...
Did that influence your decision on your hair dye?
Actually, no. I just realized, because we were going around, we were dropping off some diapers and talking to my aunts and uncles, her siblings, and we were driving home from doing that, and I'm just looking in the mirror, and I'm like, realized because. I was playing music, and a My Chemical Romance song came up, and I was looking in the mirror, looking at my hair, looking how it was parted, kind of like this, and I'm like, holy crap, I look like Gerard Way a little bit. I'm like, that's pretty cool. It didn't influence my decision though. No.
Okay.
I
like it.
Yeah. So in conclusion, my favorite band is My Chemical Romance for now. And
mine is System of a Down. Linkin Park is up there too, but I'll just pick System of a Down.
Like you said, it's for now. Like, it can change.
Yeah, it can always change, definitely.
Dreams. See, like, if this didn't have a time...
Nightmares? Dreams.
Dreams/nightmares. You're dreaming your nightmare.
Dreams are so weird. I don't know.
Very. Dreams are, see, if this didn't have not a timeline, but, like, if we weren't, I don't know how to say this. If this was, like, a set topic that we, like, had to explain everything about, there'd be no ending. Like, dreams are endless, and a dream is where, like, one memory overlaps another, and you get this whole thing. So let's say you dreamed about having tacos on Thursday, and you dreamed about a, World War III, okay? Those two collide. There's the taco war going on. Okay? I'm just saying, like, just an example. But yeah, the taco war is going on in your head. It's just when two memories overlap and create this whole new idea.
Okay, I have a question for you. Do you dream a lot?
Yes, I'd say I did tell you, like, it was like 76.9. I think that was the number. Percent of the time.
So that's the percentage of how many times when you
no, that was how many times I remember my dreams. I feel like there are certain nights where I'm just so tired I don't even think about anything and I just fall asleep. But, like, usually if I'm thinking about something, like, I try to, like, put an image in my mind. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go on to your question, then I'm gonna say something else. So, your question: how often do I sleep, or how often do I dream?
I hope you sleep every night.
I would say 89.9% of the time. Most of the time, I do dream, but there's like just some days where I just don't, and I get really disappointed because I like my dreams. When they're not nightmares, they're actually kind of cool. Although I did have this one nightmare. It was like we were in this rodeo house, and and I was fighting against robots, and it was a nightmare because like it wasn't scary, but I was scared.
But you were in danger.
Yeah, and but like I enjoyed it. Like it was a nightmare, but I enjoyed it. If that makes any sense.
Well, I'm almost the exact opposite of that. I remember maybe 20% of my dreams.
Well, it's not about remembering. Well, your question was how often do you dream? I dream a lot, but like if I remember it, that's something else.
Well, I don't know. If you don't remember it, how do you know it happened?
Yeah, because like I said,
I'm pretty sure it's like almost you have to dream when you're sleeping. Like it happens every time you sleep.
I remember,
but it's whether or not you remember it or not.
I remember bits and pieces of my dream. Like I don't have the whole set. Like I remember, like yes, there's a picture there. I dreamed it. I don't remember the whole details, but I remember that it definitely did happen.
Yeah,
so like
I don't remember
I had this dream where I think my whole school was singing a song number, and I don't remember if it was like an actual song or we made it up. But I know that. I also remember like something about like getting someone asking me for my phone number, and I fell asleep on someone on the bus, and a whole bunch of confusion. But I don't remember the set ideas, you know.
Yeah.
And like
so you kind of remembered like the gist of it. I think a really cool idea is to have like a little notepad or something, or a notebook.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
Right when you wake up and you remember it,
like anything you remember about your dream, you have write it down. I think some people do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Dream Book, and I think it's a really cool idea. I used to do that, and I used to just like put it in my phone. But I have since then not been having dreams a lot, so I kind of stopped doing it.
Yeah, I think there was this one dream I remember. It was like I was in Glee, like the show, like with all the numbers, or like with all the kids, and we performed a big number together. And I think the song was called Seahorses, but it was like, it started with a P. It was either penguins or something with a seahorse, or like, I forgot what it was, but I knew the name of the song, and like we actually like made a whole song together. Same with My Dream Last Night, but I don't remember what it was. But I remember like we made a whole song. Like that's so cool. Like I just made a song in my head. That's actually how Paul McCartney wrote the song "Let It Be."
Ah, you mean lettuce cheese?
We should do that for a podcast. Well, not for a podcast, but like we should like perform it and. Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, we made a parody song to Let It Be, and we entitled it Lettuce Cheese, and it's about delicious sandwiches and having lettuce and
Sandwich
cheese
making.
in them. That was a great collab. We should share that with our audience sometime.
We should. Or perform it again with a guest star.
Live musical.
Yeah.
Have somebody actually playing some music.
Yeah. That'd be super cool.
Yeah.
When do you celebrity crush? You
Celebrity
first.
crush? Me first? Oh, I thought ladies go first. All right. My celebrity crush has been
Scarlett something, right?
Scarlett Johansson. Been my crush for a long time, even before she was Black Widow on the Avengers. And I think actually it might have started when she was in a movie with I don't know, it was one of those magician movies. It was either The Illusionist or The Prestige. And I can't remember which one it was, but she was in one of them, and like she plays one of their assistants, one of the magician's assistants, and actually maybe it was even before then that I really liked her, but that like stood out in my mind. It was like celebrity crush for sure.
Yeah. My toe hurts. Like I rammed my foot into one of the dog bones, and like my skin came off, and I'm pretty sure a little bit of my toenail.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlett Johansson makes you think of that?
No, I'm just saying because it hurts at this moment. Scarlett Johansson makes me think about the time where I hurt my toe.
Speaking of celebrity crushes, take a look at my big toe.
It was actually my pinky toe. Exact opposite.
Sorry. And okay, so that's mine. What about you? I think I have a guess, but
No, go ahead and say your guess. I want to hear it.
It's gotta be Finn Wolfhard.
Wolfhard.
Wolfhard. Something, right? Close?
It's Finn Wolfhard, and no, actually,
Okay.
was like I like. It's not that I have crushes. That it's like, oh, I really. It's like most of the time the males, and I'm like seeing them in movies. I'm like, you look good in those movies. I'm gonna like watch like a lot of your like. I've been getting into Noah Centineo movies.
And who is that, for those of us who don't know?
American actor. He
What movies or shows are
this actually a new movie that came out this year. To All the Boys I Loved Before. He's Peter Kavinsky. Like it's not that I have a crush on him because he's like 22 or 23, so I don't I don't have a crush on him. I'm just like saying like he looks.
Well, I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson's older than me, so.
Well, it's not that they're old. Well,
actually, I don't know how old she is, to be honest, but she's got to be older than me.
Yeah.
She's got to be in like her 40s.
But yeah, like lately, yeah, you were kind of right. Like with Finn Wolfhard, I recently.
I started. Oh, speaking of Finn Wolfhard, he's in Stranger Things, and I just started watching season 3. So don't spoil anything for me. But the first episode, he looks and sounds so much different than he did in season 2.
His hair,
it's a little bit like wow.
Recently, he's had such long hair, like down to his shoulders, and me seeing him like with the weird bowl cut, or not bowl cut, but like bangs and the bob, it just like looks so weird for him. But he also, this is Noah Centineo. It's a camera adjust.
Oh, okay.
He's also
he's a handsome feller. I approve.
He's also in SPF There's also an SBF 18, The Perfect Date.
He doesn't look like he wears
Sierra Burgess
SPF.
is a
He
loser.
was pretty tan.
Thank you. But yeah,
It's funny that he's in a movie SPF when he's tanned. Anyways, ironic.
So yeah, I wouldn't say I have a celebrity crush, just people that I like watching that I happen to think look good, I guess.
That sounds like a crush to me. It doesn't have to be
If
like
you think someone looks good, that's not a crush.
Like,
I think you look good. I don't have a crush on you.
What?
I said I think you look good. Like I'm calling you to see like, hey, you look nice. Doesn't mean I have a crush on you.
Thanks, and move on.
What was it?
Wait, you didn't do the thing.
What thing?
It's story time.
It's story time. We should have when someone edits this, we should have like a whole like big thing in the screen, like bounce, like almost like a bouncing effect, and it's like story time.
Yes, we definitely should if we had an editor and we had.
Well, Mom, when she gets those skills, like,
Okay.
she's like, yeah. So, how we got lost at what was it? Fairview Park?
No.
Creek.
It was
What? French Creek. French Creek Reservation Park. He
Yes.
got us lost. Wait.
Yeah,
I'm actually trying to go back. So.
Well, I will definitely take full responsibility for.
It was definitely you. Well, I mean,
I would expect you, an 11-year-old, to get us lost.
So I remember. So, Jessica was we're doing this photo shoot thing, and we had time to waste. So we went over to the park.
Yeah, it was really close by. We're like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and we started walking, and we're going on the trail, and then he saw he saw a different trail, and he says, he's like, hey, why don't we go on this trail? And so we're like, I don't know, like we're getting pretty far into this trail, like maybe I don't know, like you want to walk around, maybe head back.
You never said any of that at the time. You were just like, okay.
Yeah, I was like, well, like I was kind of like I'm like uneasy about it, but I'm like.
It was the staircase. The staircase that was leading.
Yeah, I remember the staircase.
To the
I'm like,
side, and I was like,
okay.
Oh, that looks cool. Let's check it out.
Yeah, and I probably have some pictures there too. Like if, but yeah, and I remember, and we were walking, and and we were getting pretty far, and I'm like, hey, do you maybe want to turn back? And then he's saying this as a joke. If we get lost. Well.
Yeah.
We did
so
get lost.
That was how that whole trail would go. I said, if we get lost, we get lost. Like, hey, we're just wasting time anyways. I was like, it's not like we're gonna get that lost.
Yeah. So eventually, we end up getting off the whole park in general, and we get on the street.
No, we weren't outside of the park. We were still inside the park, but we were on
we were on like a road.
The
we
road
were still on
that goes
the
through
park.
the park, yeah.
Yeah, and so I pull out my phone, which is at like maybe 20, not 20. It had to been less because 20 lasts really long for my phone. Your phone is probably at like maybe your phone probably was at 20 or so.
Both of our phones were almost.
Yeah, both of our phones were
mine
almost dead. Let's just say that.
It was getting dark.
So he pulled out his. No, he was gonna. Who? Weren't you gonna call someone?
No, I think we were just trying to GPS back to.
Yeah, so I think you started GPSing, and then we started going the completely opposite way we were supposed to go. When we realized it, and then we kept on walking. I'm like, "Hey, this is really nice." And I was starting to get worried now, and I'm like, "Oh God, like we're actually getting lost." And I'm like, "Oh." I started panicking a little, like I didn't show it, but I was like, "Oh gosh, we're getting lost."
Well, I definitely was trying to not show it because I didn't want to freak you out, and I was like, you know what? We're gonna find our way out. Don't worry.
We did eventually, but it's still scary to think about. Like, of course, eventually, most of the time, you're gonna get found if you get lost, but it's still scary to think about. Like, oh, what if I don't?
Yeah, we were getting a little tired, and it was getting dark. So, luckily, that park ranger spotted us.
Hey, we're not there yet.
Oh, we're totally there.
No. There's still a little bit ways to go. And so his phone died, so I pulled out my phone and started GPSing it, and I'm like, and then we started going again the completely wrong way, and then we started we were walking for a while, and we see this building, and we keep on walking, and then a park ranger comes up, because I guess he was, like, sweeping the area, you know, no, he wasn't looking for anyone. He was going to close the gate. Yeah, he was driving, but he wasn't looking for anyone. He was closing the gates, and we were on the way.
He was looking for people before he closed the gates.
Yeah, and he's like, hey.
It was like
it was, like, maybe 9:30. Very late. It was dark.
Oh, it was not that late. It was like 7 or something.
I remember getting back.
It was getting dark at that time.
I remember getting
like
back. It was like maybe 10 or 11.
No.
Well, we got back
it was
very.
Not that late.
When we got back to your house.
What?
When we got back to your house, I thought it was really late, or at least really dark. Maybe it wasn't that late, but it was definitely dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
It was almost dark when the park ranger found us. You know, and he was like, "Hey, folks, you guys lost?" We're like, "Yeah, we're just going that way, trying to get back." He's telling us like, "You're way far back. You're supposed to be going this way too." And we're like, "Oh." So we get in his ride and go home, and then
that was really cool.
And yet he still says, "If we get lost, if we get lost, we get lost."
And let's tell the second part of the story, which is we talked to my dad, and he said that a few weeks before then he had gotten lost during the day and actually had to get picked up by the park ranger because he was running out of time. It wasn't like he couldn't have found his way out. He was running out of time because he was running late for an event, and a park ranger had to get him. And then we talked to Eric Phillips.
Yeah, I was going to say Eric, too.
Our guest star on our first episode. And he also said that he got lost in the park and at the same park. So that's really funny that all of us at one point did. So we're not the only ones.
Very, very coincidental.
Shouldn't feel bad at all about that one. I don't feel bad.
It was fun after, and you know how we're talking about it, it's fun. But being there, like, as it was happening, it was definitely scary.
Yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to mention, because when I was talking to you, I was like, oh man, I'm really sorry that we got lost. And you were like, no, it was actually a lot of fun, because you had never gotten lost like that before.
Oh, yeah, because, like, I don't want to get my arm cut off, be like, oh, it was cool, I've never got my arm cut off before. Like, I've told you this before, like, I've always wanted, what was it, a black eye? Like, a full-on black eye. Remember, like, I got the, like, it was, like, right here? By the girl who elbowed me in the eye at basketball.
Basketball, yeah.
Yeah, and I've always wanted a bloody nose. I don't know why. It sounds so weird, but it's like, yeah, it's so weird. It's like, but yeah, it sounds weird because I feel like it's like a normal experience, like climb a tree and fall down, scrape your knee riding on a bike. It's like those traumatic experiences are part of life, and I feel like if you've never had failure. If you don't take risks, what's the point of living?
You gotta jump out of a plane at some point in your life, right? Just jump out of a plane with a parachute.
I actually, no, like, here's the thing. I'm not afraid of heights, but I definitely don't like them. Like, I wouldn't be the person to want to go skydiving, but I feel like I want to go bungee jumping. Like, bungee jumping sounds fun, but, like, cliff diving. Also, we should do it.
Sounds a little bit less. That sounds more scary.
We should use those books that Eric. Shout out to Eric Phillips who got us these books called like 3,000. I think
3,000.
3,000 questions for the road, or you know, something like that, like for questions and would you rather ideas. We were looking through them and they were really good. So I think maybe next episode that we do, we're probably gonna include those. Yeah, we just had these set, and you know, we wanted to get another episode rolling, so. But next time for sure.
Gotta have something in the works, you know.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit the like button down below.